doing something very exciting today. My first coaching session as the coach for MetaFi.gg. So this is going to be something super cool. I've done some coaching before, haven't done it as a partnership or anything like that. And I also haven't done any sort of coaching for Guilty Gear Strive either. I've normally done things for like Dragon Ball, and so now we're venturing into kind of helping someone newer to Guilty Gear Strive, exploring that game. That's gonna be all cool. Our lesson starts in 5 minutes. And Billy Bobbin, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream, Billy. Always good to hear from the brothers of Wyoming. I had to learn that, actually, from Peep. Remembered his tag correctly. All the notifications coming through. I'm getting a parsec thing set up real quick. Very legal, very cool. Hey, 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 and there's your hey right down there, right down. Always dope. Excuse me. Excuse me, moisen. Eh. So I'm going to just get various things set up right now. We're booting up the Guilty Gears of Strive, the guiltiest of Strives.
Guilty Gear Strive.
My cables are wedged in this computer. I honestly should switch up my desk, but say switch up, like maybe look at a different one. But this one's also really good. There's no reason to. I say all these things as if I have the money to do it. Like I could not do Expo. No, the Dragon Ball panel is happening right now. Also, like all the hobbits down here as well. I just had no recollection or idea that that was the case this week. Absolutely crazy. That's absolutely. Yeah, like you know, Billy. Like I realized it was a thing, right? And then, like here I am, like oh, hold up, oh hold up, this is now, the time is now. This has come for us. But yeah, like I could afford a ticket right now. Even. Money's just a little extra toxic to me at the moment. But either way, we are getting in and getting cozy. And someone's like, I'm surprised you're not here. I'm like, do you know me? I don't really go out to this shit. I don't really do this stuff. Like, I socialize for my life and then, like, my job, and then, like, I don't want to socialize anymore. I say that, and then here I am, you know, hanging out with y'all. It's a little different. The comfort of my own home. How I can say that. Y'all can hear the dulcet tones of Guilty Gear Strive, no doubt. Deadass. Display battle system. I like turned the sound all the way down and what the? Does this just not go down? This is all a lie. Today I'll be back in a few. Lurk away, my friend. Lurk away. Alright, it's lesson time. I suppose I should... Oh?
Hello?
Hello there.
Sorry, I'm like dying for some reason.
I mean, it's fine. You're dying virtually.
Uh,
So, you know, like, it doesn't really transmit over the airwaves.
yeah, for sure. What's up?
Not too much. I've been
Wizard said,
awake-
hey, can you give me like 1 sec? I just realized I'm being a slob and I don't even have a shirt on.
Hey, you're absolutely
Here you
fine.
go.
Take your time. Take your
Yeah,
time.
let me go grab that real fast. We'll be back.
Absolutely. Up. So bizarre. Like, why does this not?
Yeah, I'm back. What's up?
Welcome back. Welcome back. So, do I call you Hot Gamer Girl or do I call you Lyman? Is it
You just call me Jake.
Jake?
You can call me
Even
by my
better.
first name.
Even better.
Yeah.
Go with that, Jake. So, Jake, welcome in. This is
How's it going?
going pretty well. Been awake for, I mean, I've been messaging you for a few hours, but, you know, only been out of bed for maybe half an hour.
That's what's up.
That's what's up, you know. A lazy weekend. I needed it. I've absolutely needed it. So, welcome to the Mangaka coaching session stuff. To get opened up, I kind of remember looking through the few things that you sent on Metafy, like as I had like my precursor question.
Yeah.
The thing that you felt like you had an issue with was execution. And then let me look at the other students. One session. Come on, where's the booking details? Oh,
Yeah, it's mainly just like where I'm weak. I feel like I've been just trying to figure out as a player my playstyle. Like you know what I mean? Like it's just like from, I mean, even though I understand it's like super generic, it'd be like kind of like I don't know if you've ever seen those like online personality tests where they're like, if you fit into one of these like you know 18 different things. Well, it was more or less like I was just trying to find the basis of where I sit in the three archetypes of like, you know, body, like heart, and like
Mind.
yeah, like brain or mind. Yeah, I'm just saying. And I feel like, I mean, just from why, like, I guess like kind of reviewing my like the way that I play in the moment, like I don't necessarily go in with a game plan. But I do try to like understand like the matchup beforehand, so I feel like that's more of like a brain thing. But like I just can't like, I just like flub up like fucking my execution all the time. So I feel like I'm just a super like read heavy like person. Like I'll just see things that are happening in the moment and try to make game plans around that.
Okay.
But yeah, more or less, I'm just trying to figure out like what I perform well at and how to take advantage of that, and also how to try to like do things to what is it, you know, work on my weak points, like with execution. Like more or less I've started like I don't know why I do this to myself, but like if I see something like a really fancy combo, I feel like I have to do that, even though I understand that there's like tournament combos for sure, and that's why they're called tournament combos, is that they're used so that when you're in a high pressure situation, you know that you can hit it, and like there's no point in like trying to go the extra mile to get like a, you know, an extra X amount of damage when you're gonna put yourself in a more advantageous position by just hitting the combo that leads into like a hard knockdown, even if you're giving up like 100 and something, like, you know, damage.
The most optimal combo is the one that doesn't drop, is a saying
Exactly.
that I've very, very much been exposed to. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like
So-
you got like a good understanding of what your struggles are. I'm still trying to find like the answers to the questions that you filled in, but that was like most of it. There were some short answers as is. So, well, very cool. With things like that, the best way for me to get an idea of how to get you going down the right path is to probably just look at some of the games that you've played actually. So, this is something this is one of the things that I do. I do like separately. I charge for like replay reviews as well. But when I'm doing a session like this, I usually include like looking at a few of those in there to talk about in the live session, because like you're paying for my time. What I do with that time is a different thing. So let's actually look you up. I have Strive open. You play on PC, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think I did see you connected to Discord, so I was like, okay, this should be easy to do. So I think what I have to do is network. Where is it? Selection replay, view replays. Here we go. I should actually switch up stream real quick. So now that we're looking at everything here. Recommended for me. No, can I save follow channel? Betty Ninja. Right. So.
It's cool if you. I mean, just so I don't have to like watch this. Like, can you just share it on Discord?
Absolutely, for me? Yeah. I will share the screen with you very easily. I can do that. Cool. And then when we do some labbing stuff too, I have a quick question for you. Do you have a software called Parsec?
I don't.
Let me get you a link to it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Because another thing that I do in these sort of sessions is I like to do like joint labbing sessions, but because 5-day games don't really have a great online lab with someone sort of experience, we kind of have to do a thing where we use an app for you to actually get access to my desktop and interact with it. So then you would virtually be like playing on my computer, effectively.
Yeah.
So then
I think I've heard of this before.
Yeah. It's actually something that came up during like the initial beginning of the pandemic of COVID, when people started to use Parsec servers and to use Parsec as a means to sort of replace like the delay-based netcode that we had. I mean, it was still delay-based, but it was like a lesser evil or a greater evil depending on the time period and who you asked for what game. So,
yeah.
Player, let's see here. Actually, I guess I should try and follow you. Follow down. Search by. Now, where do I do a follow thing?
I mean, I don't know. Strive's so fucked up with that.
Right, view, Monoke. Okay. So there's that. Here, I think I have to go network online. Okay. Let's do this. Spotnik Fox, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome into the stream. Doing the coaching sessions at the moment. No one that I am following. I think the best way to make a follow is for us to meet in a park, and then I can just like follow you there. So,
okay, here, just give me 1 second. I'm trying to set up this like Parsec shit real fast.
No worries.
Oh my god, multitasking.
It is a pain. Damn, ain't nobody in these parks. Not that I blame them.
I mean, I haven't even really touched Strives. I've been trying out like DNF Duel. Like,
yeah.
Continue. Oh my fuck. Please.
I learned that there was a character I had unlocked by playing through a story mode. I was like, hold up. I haven't touched this game.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to like make people want to play your single player experience, is by forcing them to do it to like.
Right. At least it was short. I guess DNF Duel you could do like the story in like 30 minutes as opposed to like Dragon Ball's like several hour conquest. New to fighting games and playing DNF Duel but never touched Strive. Very cool, Spotnik. Maybe you can glean a thing or two about it, see if you're interested in this game. It's a very good game. I enjoy it a lot. Currently doing a coaching session as well, so if you do some... Here, I'll do this for you real quick. If you ever get interested in learning more about Strive, a few details right there. I'm always willing to ask questions and whatnot, point people in the right direction. Currently setting up and acting out a lesson here with Jake.
Okay, I mean, I think that shit's squared away. I'll just leave it open. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Then.
All right. So what was it doing? I'm meeting you in the park.
What? Yeah. It should be like West Coast Park 64. I think if we meet up there, I can get your tag or your username, and then I can replace.
Did they fix the whole thing where if you like select me, like it won't take like 15 minutes for like?
I'm not quite sure. It is Arc System.
Hell yeah. Okay. This is really funny. It's like.
Alright, Waifu Hunter. Beautiful. View R code. Obtaining data. I know that there was an issue too where like you could like change people's R code names and it would cause them to crash in the game and stuff. I think they fixed that this patch, along with a couple other small bugs, stuff like that.
Sorry, what was that? I have like my sister just came over. It was being a sibling.
Yes!
Huh? Okay, yeah, that's really funny. You would think after like 25 years of life that like things would weed their way out, but I guess not. Like,
yeah, there was like a glitch or a bug where you could edit another person's R code.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, well, it would cause them to crash in the middle of the game, actually. So, all right, let's look through. So, it looks like we played the most Faust, bit of Potemkin, Ilya, Zato, Sumram.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh man. How's the Dragon Ball patch? Didn't they just have like a one come out or something like that?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. It's a weird.
They finally
patch.
fixed the thing.
Yeah.
They who shall not be named.
Well, I mean, you have to name her. Lab coat has been toned down.
Wait, like toned down, or did they bring out the Nerf bat and just like?
Yeah, they brought out the Nerf bat. Now she's just an honest top tier.
Nice. Okay, so they just nerfed her down to top tier instead of like triple, quadruple S top tier.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I got you followed. Cool.
What else did they change, or is that the only thing?
No, several. No, it was every character in the game got changes. Some of which were just.
Oh, nice.
Some were very poorly thought through and done. Others are very homogenizing. Like everybody can super dash after their beam now, which. UI Goku can't combo off of it. Base Goku can't combo off of it. But Adult Gohan, Super Saiyan Goku, Cell, Cooler, Trunks, they all can combo off of it. So now they all do combos where it's Kame, Super Dash. It's like, oh, this is so... all looks the fucking same, but... Hey, it's more damage, it's more meter. I don't know. Like, everyone's Gogeta now.
How did that affect your team?
No, it hasn't. my team did not get changed. Well, in fact, my team only got minor buffs. Like, I get a safe jump. I get a safe jump with base Goku off of his J2M knockdown now. He literally can't use the Kame changes. It's hilarious. I can DHC into Blue Gogeta's level 2. So
that's like upwards, like uppercut into like your level 2 super.
Yeah. I can just do that. I can just go into his level 2. So all of a sudden, like I don't have to be as meter expensive with him. In some situations, when an ally's dead. Then. Nice. What else did they change on him? There was one other thing they changed, but he didn't get nerfed. Then Beerus, who I'm just learning, got buffed. His 2-3 success is faster, so it's more applicable in some combos. You can use it on a lot more Okis, so it's crazy.
Yeah, he seems like such a cool cat. I mean, I've only like lightly touched Dragon Ball, but like Beerus, like some of the like orb setup shit that he can do with like crossovers, where you like kick them into the orb that that I've seen people do, like, just seems like super sick. Like
it is.
Yeah, it's
all brained.
Yeah.
Here we are talking about Dragon Ball.
No, it's whatever. Fighting games in general are
Fighting
just
games
like...
in general, it's a good time.
Yeah.
I just can't ever get away from Dragon Ball is sort of a remark. Alright. View list of replays, Waifu Hunter. Now let me go to Discord to stream this to you. Share my screen. Drive. Granting access. So you should be able to see this.
I hope that Arc System Works realizes that there's still a huge like fan base that likes Dragon Ball in general, and like if they just like, I mean, it seems like it'd be one of the games that they'd do rollback for, since how well it sold.
Well,
like
like, here's the thing. Bandai owns that IP, so it's all up to.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. They like yeah,
Which
Bandai,
also,
like, they own-
I'm fairly positive that for the last year at least, it's been Bandai doing patches, not Arc System Works for Dragon Ball.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah, don't they have like a stranglehold on all anime stuff, don't they? For like games, like they do all of the One Piece things. And...
yeah, so they have to design those things. They'll find developers to like do things for them, but it'll be contractual and stuff like that. And so Arc System Works, with their track record, with what they're doing, I think they would love to do that. It's about Bandai being like, oh, we don't want to spend money on that.
And you know, Japanese corporations love communicating and working with each other and other people around the world. They're definitely not like yeah, super like, if we don't have it within the company, then we're not going to do it.
So we will have to see. I know that the Dragon Ball announced a world tour again, so it's like, cool, we're not getting a sequel. Sick.
Yeah.
Not the next year. Anyway, we're stuck with this.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's cool that, okay, there could be more patches, there could be more balance for the game and more support, but fuck, I would love just a sequel with rollback. Or just rollback.
Yeah, I would totally just, I mean, I could see myself putting in time and learning how to play a, like, you know, team fighter if they did that. My experiences online have been either like, hey, this isn't bad, or just like, what? Why is he in front of me now? Or like, why am I halfway down? Oh, okay. Like,
looking at you, because let's keep this on you again. So I see a lot of Biken in the replays, and I see some Faust. So kind of trying to find a character that you want to play?
No, I mean, I already, like, Biken's the person like that. Those are just saved from, like, earlier. I started out with Faust. Just, I mean, purely based off aesthetics. I just thought he looked cool. And then Biken came out. I had people that were friends that played the game, and they both said they were Biken mains. So I just was like, hey, I'll, like, even, like, I don't know. I just had that thing where, like, you have friends that start off with you, and then now you're all by yourself. Like, so, like, they don't play the game anymore, and now I'm the only one that, like, puts time into fighting games, so I was trying to figure out the character for them, and then, yeah, I just kind of liked her and stuck with her, for sure, like the play style.
I think she's definitely a strong character this patch. Faust is also a character in this patch. She's in the game, finally.
Yes, exactly.
Has been our joke. So let's take a look at this first replay with this one. Here, I'll get some ideas.
Yeah,
4-9?
This is after me not playing for a week. I think this is just like not even an hour ago. I was just talking with a friend in Shogun Strive.
Right. That's the idea. Okay. What we're fast forwarding? Nope. Slow payback. Here we go. Toggle pause menu, toggle control guide. Okay. Toggle gauge display. Okay. Inputs up there. Cool. I do not want to fast forward. I do not mess with this replay feature that often.
That's alright. There we go.
Okay, good Kavari. And then you did the heavy crosses through, and then is slash the normal follow-up to just hit him same side?
Yep. I just, this is like I think this is like our fourth game against each other because he like rematched me in Tower after I got my ass kicked by Celestial. What is it? Hey, I think I almost hit ladder combo here, and then I fuck it up. Yep.
That was all good, though. 6B, mashing 6B, good check on the low. Okay, very sound.
So the reason why I jumped there is this guy just was jumping a lot at first, and our like
you had to read. Yeah, you had to read. Take the turn back. Okay, he gets the follow-up here. Parry, he's up in the air. Good Roman, side swap. Alright, look for DP, because he's got meter.
Yeah.
There's the DP.
That was a effective Tigerney. I was just trying to do raw with Johnson.
Now he gets the gold burst, so crazy. Nice control of the zone. Alright. Not bad. Look at the replay list.
Yeah, I would probably go to something to get a better representation, something that wasn't today.
Yeah. So
probably,
here's like this 626 against.
Yeah,
What
you'll probably like that's like where I've been like that's probably just a better. I don't even know how that ended, but
Let's look. Let's look.
yeah, because that guy pretty much I figured him out, and then he just didn't know what to do.
Yeah, right. And he was your friend that you said, right?
No, not that person. No.
Okay.
I was streaming for a friend, just like, showing him the game.
All right. Got caught there.
Yeah, that's probably mashing. Because I have like no idea what to do with certain jump-ins.
Okay, no idea what to do against certain jump-ins.
Yeah.
Rewind a little bit. Oh, that's so cursed. Alright, so you cancel the rewind like that. Okay. Low slash burst. Chain in there, have to hold this. Doing pressure. 2P check. Right there, you got counter hit again.
Yeah.
So some jump-ins can be very weird to deal with in Strive because you do have the landing lag and stuff like that. So that's something that we can definitely look at. Another counter hit again. Okay, so we're not respecting plus frames on jumping.
Yeah. I think it's more or less just not even knowing that that is plus and just getting hit, like, because not knowing. I think that's where I'm like the biggest part I'm in is like at least in Strive is just trying to understand like matchups and like what works where. Like I know with certain characters you can FD them out when they do a jump in like that to be able to try to take your turn back.
Let's look at this one. Well, we'll watch all 3 games real quick.
Okay.
Give myself some like ideas because that last replay was very much just you not having the knowledge check right of I can't mash it when I block their jumping button.
Yeah.
That's sort of what that is. Okay, so backing up, he goes in, chilling, taking a turn, nice, using the pressure reset there, 5K, good poke option. So we didn't get the combo there, so we should look out. Was that far slash, a close slash, far slash, or far slash, heavy slash? I don't know Biken's buttons too well yet, but I will learn.
Oh, I mean, so that's like.
Okay, mashing K.
That's 6K. Far slash. That's heavy.
Yeah, heavy slash. Yep. Okay. So a lot of repetitious inputs, frame traps. Overhead, very quick now. Reversal. Is that counter that you try to do there?
What was it?
You had a reversal on that knockdown and you got hit. Was that just an attempt at counter, or was that?
I mean, I have no idea. I'd have to look at the evidence again. Yeah.
I think I saw P. Okay.
That's probably like me trying to do like parry then. I've been trying to like work on parry into PRC. Just like not good at it.
Send the super. Yeah. I think he ran up 2
Yes,
P.
definitely.
No, he was punished.
Yeah.
That works. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful weight. He's got all that meter. He's got a counter. Okay. Counter hit. Full knockdown. Tatami Gaish. That looks clean. Another Tatami. Back on the throw. We got pressure now. Alright, he's respecting the chain follow-up. Bust out with super. Does this anti-air? Nope. See, that's the danger now. But you had to read, or you had to play. It can work out. But now we know that, oh, he's got a way to safely bait out your super. Hit, not bad. Oh, too soon, you canceled.
Yeah.
That happens, that happens. You have the right ideas. Good backdash. Overhead's fast now. Hit mashing, that's fine. Coming guys, take the hit, knockdown. We're a little too slow, so we gotta learn the timings for when to press the button so that if we get the hit, we get the follow-up. Nice, pressure reset. It's all very clean. Ooh, that was 6 p.m. too. That's fine. I see the inputs. Yeah, we get the hard knockdown now. And you have all this bar. Now what are you trying to do with it? Okay, wake up super. BRC. Tether throw. Oh, loop! Not doing the... We're doing one button presses. And then we're not following up. Very good kill, though.
Yeah, I think I just, like, I don't know what happened the last few games, but usually my basis for bike is get into tether, then you go into super jump. Either delayed Joe Johnson to hit same side, or you do it right when you're by their head to do a cross up, or you just do empty into low.
Right. So you have like the knowledge about what you guys are looking to do. Now, on that wake up where you did reversal super and then PRC'd it to keep it safe, you could have done an option that was just
Way
as effective.
safer.
Not way safer, because that was safe. Like you made it safe, but you could have done a less expensive option that did the same thing. You could have woke up counter, and then you can cancel the recovery frames of your counter with the PRC. So you would have blown up their meaties, and then if they were trying anything else, like you could have PRC'd out of it and evaded a throw.
Yeah, no,
So
I need to get better at that for sure.
It's just a thing to add.
The timing's hard to but I definitely have been trying to practice it. It's just like I don't know, like I just need to go lab like how to get it down, but it is definitely a great option.
Right, pressure, get caught at the ankle. I like the poke out to trade. Oh my gosh, that 2P chip was actually godlike. Alright, we're doing a lot of like the claws. Which is good. You're mixing up the RPS on that like fairly well. But there's another thing that you could be doing actually, which is actually gross. But we'll talk about that in a moment. Right, range not quite there. What an air throw. That was actually sick. He blocked it. I didn't disagree with that. Like, I thought that was like the right play. He just had the right read on the throw. So, overhead. Ah, not ready for the jump resets. Something to be aware of with Anji. We can talk about a little bit of that one.
I got there. Looks like we got the PRC reset.
Yeah. That's just unfortunate. Nice, 2P check. Okay, we're not hit confirming, and then, we're going for cross-up, and then he's not falling for it. Because cross-up's better when, like, you're baiting a reversal, or you have meter. To then, like, cross-up and then cancel and take your turn again. This should be, like, fast cancel. Okay. Alright, some ideas. Okay, I got some ideas. Okay. So, let's go into training mode real quick. So we're gonna go dojo training. And what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to select best way to do this. I will select Anji. And then I'm going to get Biken on this side. And now let's boot up Parsec real quick. So first off, I need to add you as a friend on Parsec. So what is your username on Parsec, Jake?
Oh my god, I think it's just WaifuHunter. Let me double check real closely. It's WaifuHunter with the E being a 3 number, and then whenever you're ready, I'll tell you the number. WaifuHunter 103147220. Yeah.
Only one that popped up. So.
Okay.
Okay, so I just sent your request.
Alright.
Once you accept, you should be ready to rock and roll.
Refresh. What? I have no idea how to navigate the site.
You should have an app. You should have downloaded something.
Oh, an app?
Yeah, you should have a software that's on your computer, not just the website.
Oh, hells yeah. Let me go find that real fast.
No worries.
Or see if I even did that.
While you do that, I am going to pull up
there. Okay.
some. I'm gonna pull up some replays.
Because I know for sure I'm not hopeless. Like with like I understand. Like obviously I've put like almost a year of time into this game. There's just like certain things where like I don't know. Like if it makes any sense, like watching certain professionals, like 'cause I do that with any game that I play, right? And like notice certain things. Like one person in particular that like I kind of like would love to like. I'm not going to make the bad joke. I'm not going to say strive to be, but like just that I want to like mimic in certain aspects of their gameplay is Gobu.
Okay.
Just with the ability to, I mean, just how they play like fighting games is like crazy to me. Just how they can have those like pauses in the middle of like chaos, and they'll just stop and pause and kind of read like what's happening. Like I just want to be able to do something like that, just where like it's just I feel like he's like a super strong fundamental player. So like,
well, that's good. The fact that you have like a name of a player and someone that's a known player, that's a strong player, that you look and go like, hold on, I want to emulate some of the things that I see there, because genuinely like fighting game players are built off of each other's work. We learn from each other like so much, like whether it be just watching someone's replays and seeing, oh, hold up, they did this. Why did they do this?
yeah.
And stealing that information and then having people like break aspects down, just so that we all play better and we all have higher quality games. So that's good. The fact that you have like someone in mind to sort of pursue after, if you will, is already very good. You can take notes from it. So my plan right now is that we're going to look at a few situations that you're getting hit by and kind of come up with some answers with Anji, just because like we're here, just to teach you the ideas of this session, so that once you play another matchup, you can look back at your replays on your own and go like, I got hit by this. How do I check that out? Or if you remember, like, hold on, like I don't know what he does during this, right? Then we can briefly explore. You can do it and find it. So hopefully I can teach you the beginning of this skill, sort of self-lab, as well as teach you, show you a thing or two about biking. And then whenever you get lost, that's where you look for me again for another coaching session.
Yeah, for sure. To just connect to the...
So you should have... are we friends now?
Yeah, looks like it. I'm seeing like where it says computer is sharing mine or connecting to another one.
Yeah, you should see Colin Eimer PC if you're in the app. Connect to it. There you are. Accept. Okay, now I gotta make sure too that my settings are correct. Approved apps. Yep. Okay, Strive is approved. Now you should be in Parsec. Yep. Okay. There's your device connecting. So you are in my training mode now, correct?
I think so.
You see Anji in front of you shimmying?
Yeah, I mean, like, I see the app. I just, like, to move the characters and not, like, doing anything.
Oh, well, that's because I haven't given you control yet. Training settings, opponent status, controller, button settings, hit start on your controller, the option button, or whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm doing it. So... Oh, do I need to put out of my own Strive, probably?
You probably need to disconnect from your Strive.
Yeah.
I turned your Strive off.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, I'm hitting the start button. Should I just try to reconnect? Maybe like
upload the controller, reconnect the controller. And then I can also boot you and add you back in. Parsec can be tricky at times.
Okay. Alright, yeah, maybe like having Strive open was not that.
Well, so I'm going to... Yeah, you have controller. Kicked you out real quick. Make sure your Strive's closed down.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Go ahead and rejoin my computer. Accepting. Okay, there's your device connecting.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I wonder actually if with Strive, let me go back to character select. I wonder, can you move?
Nope. Yeah, this is the only thing I have plugged into for a controller.
What would the way be? Let me make sure all my settings are correct. It's been like forever since.
No, that's fine. I'm not. It's whatever.
Host, enable, resolution, blah blah blah. FPS 60, generic PC. Is yours an Xbox or a PlayStation controller?
It's a no. I'm using a hitbox.
Hitbox. I wonder which one that qualifies for. I'm gonna switch this to that. Pick you again. Rejoin.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Nothing left or right.
Nope.
Alternatively, I might have to have you boot up your Strive, but
Okay.
Or for now, for what I want to do,
Okay.
I think I can just solo pilot for the moment. Then I'll just work it out. And you can
Okay.
kind of get some help through there. And then I'll do some troubleshooting with Parsec later, or you can mess with it more. I'm not, because I don't know if I've ever... Well, I think people have definitely been able to use it on Hitbox. So, I'm not sure if there's like a driver I'm missing on my computer or what. You can't hit start right now and take control, right?
I'm trying, yeah, I'm hitting the options. Let's see if I can get the two buttons that are going.
Ain't no worries, so. Alright, I will pilot training mode. So we got Angie here, right?
Yeah.
Got force counter hit on. So the first situation that we gotta be thinking about and looking at is when we block jump-ins, right? Because what was happening with you, counterattack settings, after block, I'm gonna set this to standing P, right? Should be your fastest normal, let's say that are 2P.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna jump into Zanji. And what you were doing was like this, checking.
Yeah.
Now, one thing to note is that depending on the height that Anji will hit this, jump heavy, sometimes this will true string, other times it won't. Stream is dropping a lot of frames right now, so hold up. Okay, you disconnected from there.
Yeah, that might be one of the reasons. Like, I was just gonna. It was also like freaking out. So
Yeah. Well, it's my it's the fact that I have a Discord up, Discord streaming too. So like, I just have two different stream sources going on. It's not a big deal. So with jump-ins, general principle of thumb: the higher up a character is, the less plus they are. But they're still plus. Right. So Anji here was like doing like right here, right? Yeah. This is what you're getting. This is exactly what he was doing. This is how you're getting hit. So, if Anji does jump heavy, close slash, when you block it, it's a frame trap. That's where you're getting hit. Now, if he does something like heavy slash, you poke him out of it. But an Anji being aware of this means that they're just going to close slash, and that they're going to get a lot of benefit. Now, can we try to throw him out of this? Throw. There it is. Okay, that's if he does P. Oh, here we are.
Yep. So you can throw out of the.
It frame traps, but because throw is like 1 or 2 frames, all of a sudden we can hit that. All of a sudden, this changes that dynamic of this situation, where Anji now has to do P. So it might be worth it that first time that you block an aerial like this, right? To see what button they go for. And if you see that they go for close slash as an Anji, then I should throw them the next time I block this.
Yep.
And then if you see that they go P, then well, sometimes you can even beat it.
Yeah, I almost wonder, like, I don't know it's like one of those things too, is I don't really know outside of wake up stuff with Baiken, but like her parry, I don't even know if it would have an effect, like, you know.
Find out.
with stuff like that, but I know it's like kind of
Well, if there's a gap and there's a frame trap there, I could probably already give you an idea. Let's see. What is the name of her parry? Hiragi?
Like that one, I think so. I don't know if I know. It just calls it parry.
Yep, Hiragi.
Yeah.
It does, so that's another option. And then the advantage about parry here is even if he 5Ps.
It's looking excellent.
Yeah, right? Now, of course, you know, this all depends on the button, right? Somewhat. So we can see that there's a massive gap here. But he can also throw, right? Now we're starting to understand, like, the RPS of the situation. Where you can use throw to beat his close slash, you can go for parry to beat his close slash and his P, because his P would counter hit your throw. But he can also wait, punish you, right? So all of a sudden, just in this like little bit here, we started with the question of, why am I getting hit? We remember what he did to you, right? He jumped in like this with jump heavy, we had to find the button. And then he did that follow-up.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, well, if that doesn't work, are there things that do work? And then we consider universal things or character-specific things. So now, all of a sudden, if you block this jump in, you know that there's a gap. And if there's a gap, you can parry. And you can be really annoying. You're going to hit most people doing that to you, I think, first time. Until you get to a certain level. And then people are like, oh, it's a bike, and I know there's a gap here on this jump in.
Yeah, I'm definitely beating it out. Yeah.
Right? But then, you know, if they pause, right? If they pause and expect you to parry, that means you can poke.
Yeah.
You can poke back and try and take a turn. Otherwise, you know, they could try to throw you out of your parry, right?
No self-control.
Oh, that was weird. Check this.
It's
right?
probably just a delay because of head stun or something. You know?
Probably, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he would have to delay
shitting
it like this.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if you see that they're throwing you, or if you want to call them out for having the gap in their offense, right, outside of that P, all of a sudden you tech, and now you're tech post-tech reset. So, this little example right here is how you can start looking at a specific situation and asking yourself the one question of, how did I get hit?
Yeah.
What's going on here? You take a moment like that, you explore it, and you go, okay, well, what are my options then? Right?
Yeah. That makes sense. I didn't, like, I'm still trying to get, like, I guess good with understanding how to, like, labs and stuff work. But it makes sense to just, like, pilot the character and then just set up the response you would want to do on your side as your main character to...
Right, yeah, so you can check things like that. Alternatively, you could do it the inverse way, right? So let's explore that real quick. I'm gonna go to character select, swap this up, and I'm going to put Bike in here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Angie here, right?
Do you know what game? Because I heard there was a game where, like, when you'd go back into your replay feature, it would actually let you pilot and take over what was happening in the moment in training mode.
Guilty Gear Plus R.
Oh my god, that sounds so fucking awesome. Let's see how it's just not implemented in everything. You could, like, put yourself in the actual situation.
The one thing I could say, it's probably just easier to do on older games.
Yeah, I got you.
Just because there's, like, less technical stuff going on, right? All right,
Yeah.
so we're gonna record Anji to jump in and do that. Very short string. Very short string. We're also going to take another recording spot. Have him do the same thing, right?
This is an empty.
We'll have him do P instead.
Okay.
I can throw. And then the other thing I will do as well, throw, right? Then after those, I'm gonna make sure that I don't have any recording settings. Cool. We only have the 3. Play after position reset. Absolutely. Random replay spot. We're gonna set this to random, right?
Yep.
Alright, so I'm gonna mash P on all of these first. Okay, P beats throw. P gets counter hit. 2P got counter hit. And you know, if we get counter hit by close slash, big damage.
Yep.
So looking at that, we know now mashing P against like the 3 of the options that we looked at. We beat one of them with this P. So because of that mash, and that's our fastest button, or at least should be, we kind of know now that, okay, we probably shouldn't go for this, because this only beats one fringe option. So we gotta ask ourselves, what can I do to beat more options instead? So, our parry is core circle back, like, okay.
That's why something like OSing the parry is gonna like give you, you know, sort of defeat 2 of the options.
That's 4.
Leaving
I was in
one.
the wrong input.
It's a core circle forward and punch.
Right, okay, so now we lost there.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's so good at that. Right, so we can beat 2 of the options now.
Yeah.
And then plus, as you do this, right, like you can just train yourself to like build this reaction in.
Yeah.
Now, can I get this RC off in time? It does not look like it. When can
You
I actually...
like you can you have to like as you're putting in the command to do like so imagine like you put in the count of the parry like as you're doing it you immediately like go you blink I think is how it works.
Right, so all of a sudden now when you have a half a bar, you don't worry about this situation anymore. You cover the options, you RC. You know, if they hit it.
Yeah.
That. Now, let's ask ourselves a question too. Like, okay, if they go for throw here, and if we successfully RC it, I said successfully.
Yeah, it's.
I'm not blinking it. Freckle.
Well, yeah, it takes practice. So I drop it all the time too.
Yeah. But hey, you know, doing a little exercise like this will help you practice it, because then you know you're training yourself to react to the situation.
Yeah.
Right? So, okay, we got it there. Getting it there.
See, like, this is why I wish, you know, like, personally, like, it'd be so cool if in combo trials they had something like this, like labbing setups, you know, or situations, and you can look it up by character. Just be like, character, like, Anji jump into go slash, or Anji jump like, have somebody, and then you just insert your character in there, or certain, like, common setups. Yeah, let's just see what they, you know, how that stuff with the combo trials.
Well, they do have a few things, but they're very, very short. There's like 2 things that you can look at and do. And the thing is, top level players, very strong players will figure this stuff out. And you can learn these things very, very simply. So.
Yeah. I mean, that's true, but like, I mean, probably like as
something in game would be nice, but
no. I'm just saying that like a professional player can know all this shit, and that's fine. But like, being able for you to actually intake that knowledge and them trying to express it, like, there's a lot of people. It's like a great example is if you ever try watching anything Punk does, like he cannot explain worth a shit of like what he does. It's like, you know what I mean? It's just like being good at the game and being good at explaining the game are 2 very different things. Yeah, it's exactly.
2 very different skill sets.
And watching Japanese people doesn't also help with that. You know, with the whole translation shit. Like, just be like, alright, I think I kind of know what you're doing, but yeah.
Right. So then, you know, you can go a step further too and be like, if I'm gonna change the recording setting real quick so that it's spot 3, which is our throw.
Yeah.
If we do this correctly, which I'm getting thrown on my RC, that's crazy.
There you go.
Oh, come on! Right? Like, if we catch him whiffing throw... Oh, what the? Sorry. Also that option, but that's spookier. We got the counter there. Oh, come on. So we can see if he walks forward like that. Right? So then we can go, oh, if I see this and I recognize that he's walking up, maybe jumps my option. Because we can't mash.
Yeah.
We get hit by throw. So we have to evade throw. Right? And then from there, you could lab your punish.
Yep.
So all of a sudden, you gain the situational awareness to then play the situation from an informed, rehearsed, and practiced perspective instead of what's going on here and trying to lab as you play, so to say, right? So
yeah, for sure.
So that's something to be aware of there, and you can take this situation and apply it to so many other characters and figure out what their good jumping buttons are. You could play against characters and see what they're doing to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then develop these sort of skills and this understanding of situations like that. So that's an example of how you can start improving your game knowledge while also practicing some execution stuff, right? Because all at the same time, you're teaching yourself to react to a situation, understand it more, and work the parry cancel into your repertoire when you have meter. When you don't have bar, parry's committal for sure, but, you know, if you get hit by a throw, they don't have meter, alright. You know, like, if we compare the damage, right?
Yeah, no. The risk reward of getting hit by a throw is...
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be getting put into butterfly, which is not...
Which, it can be scary, but...
Yeah, but I mean, I think getting hit off of a counter hit, yeah, like close slash into, like, 60% of your health is a lot worse, for sure.
So... let's take that one away, and now let's look at Anji's Fujin stuff, right? Because you're getting hit by that. So this is where you sort of slightly learn about what other characters do. I'm gonna set him to guard. I need to recording, clear slots, right? Okay. So Anji's Fujin, what damn button? All right, core circle forward heavy leads into these options. So, Anji Fuji starts with, starts with this, right? So he does, if he does slash, he gets this low. If he does heavy again, he gets an overhead. He can stagger these, of course. And if he does kick, he gets this little jump, and he can throw you out of it. Now, if we look at the skill list real quick, command list, Anji, right? We can look at Fuji. Hold OK, right? So, we see that he does this. And then, so we see that he's got the P follow-up. We see that he's got the kick follow-up, the jump. We see that this is the throw reset or the pressure reset. This is the sweep. This is the overhead. So, he's got 4 options after Fuji. No more, no less. So, once we recognize Fujin here, you can even charge it. Now, quick thing to do, right? Now, you can always look up the frame data on, like, Dust Loop.
Yep.
But, you know, for very quick estimations, after block, jump. Good jump, right? Ah, I see. That doesn't behave. That's silly. Spinning settings, change character. Go to Anji, go to Biken. So outside of just looking all this stuff up, if it helps you to remember some of this stuff more visually, you can take control of the character like this. Oh, that's why it's set to her own. That's so weird. Forget that the counterattack settings are like character specific. So, right, so Anji's gonna do Fujin, and we see Biken jumps first, so we know this is negative. However, we respect it because he could do this and catch the jump.
Yep.
Now that we're just jumping to jump toss, right? That's also negative. His turn ends. Yep, so we know that. Now, I need her to not jump initially. I think the overhead, or actually, face it up. So another weird way, right, of doing this. Very plus. This is his turn is over. Or very negative. So, looking at these options, we see Anji. Is negative on all of his Fujin follow-ups.
Except for the one.
Except for this, right? Alright. Of course, if you jump out of that too, right? So now we have to ask ourselves, okay, well, what do we have to look for? There's a low in here that we should be careful about. There's an overhead. There's a mid projectile that's a pressure reset. And there's also throw. Right, because he can do this. If we see if he goes for a button, it's kind of slow. So let's examine that real quick. Now that we kind of have an idea of some of the frame data sets. Again, I'm fixating on just like the Anji matchup right here, just because like this is an exercise in how you can do this with anyone that you fight against, with anyone that you play. So you can do this like on your own. And then we're gonna look at some high level replay stuff to see what like high level Baiken does against like Anji, right? And then we'll also like sort of work on some execution stuff because I think you had like some good ideas. I'm also going to, before I go any further, I think your Kabari pressure had a lot of good ideas going to it. There's just you would sort of mash out buttons and like please go through. Sort of a thing, when your idea should be press buttons like with a purpose, right? If you do far slash here and you mash it out, you don't get anything else. Whereas compare, I don't know her special inputs, so.
Quarter circle, sorry, half circle forward, I think is,
half circle, right. Yeah, Kabari, right? You have Kabari slash, which is tether. Kabari heavy, which is the claw, right? So we can take advantage of a thing in the system called buffering, where if we hit, we can send out a poke afterward. We can send out a follow-up. Right? And it only comes out on hit or on block. Because if we whiff it, we don't get anything. What command normals does she have, too? I should look at the command.
Forward P.
Forward,
or forward kick.
Yeah, forward kick.
Forward, maybe.
Can't Gatling into this from this.
You do far slash into heavy.
So that it doesn't reach. They get hit and they block. That might be a little different. But the idea is like once you like find like the follow up that works that you can go for. Oh, here we go. That looks good.
Yeah.
Doesn't combo, unfortunately.
Well, you can go into Yo Johnson and you can go into Tasami as well afterwards. Or sorry, you can go into Kabari or Matt.
Right. So, kind of finding the ideas and the follow-ups approach, right? Giving yourself like that sense of purpose.
Yeah,
right, we see here that if we hit this K, we can do this sequence,
yeah,
etc., right? I mean,
yeah.
it's combo.
Yep.
So we can find the goals very, very simply. Now, Anji, my boy, we're going to have to do a few things. We're going to make the opponent guard all. Right, now let's look at the projectile first, right? We're going to have Anji run up. Right. Alright, and we see here that it beats counter.
Yeah.
Now, as we saw before, command list again. Okay, that's how it is. 1, 2, 3. Yep. 1, 2, 3. We saw this before, right? We go, oh, okay, so I can't really super. So supering is not really a good thing. He's got to answer to our counter move, right? Oh, but you know, if we see him jump, if we're quick enough with it, we can air him.
Hmm.
That's something good to know. But, of course, super easy to see that when we only have, we're only worried about the one option, right?
Yeah, I just know what you're. So pretty much what you're getting at this point is this is where like you're trying to fish out OSs for like Anji's Fujin setups. It's like, so if I were to use throw here, what does throw work on? Like where I use parry, parry hits like 2 of the options, but dies to both projectile and throw. If I were to just block low, that beats only like 2 options. If I were to try to jump out, that beats 3 options, I think.
He can frame trap the jump, but yeah, it would be 3 options. So jumping's not bad.
Like, yeah, because I mean, I don't know if parry or the projectile hits your like chicken blocking a jump.
Right? We have to worry about this option. What you can do, right, to help you out with some defense, to improve your awareness of the situation, right? Alright, we do all these recordings, and now let's do one more just for my own. Right? So I'm actually curious about this real quick. Oh yeah, so if we always train ourselves to react to this jump with a throw, we just beat him. Like, he just loses. Like, we either tech his throw, or we throw him.
Yeah.
So we don't worry about him frame trapping like that. So now, what you sort of do with this is, after recording settings, so we play random, right? Now we know the options. And now it's just, you know... And now it's just sort of reacts. That one kind of missed, which is weird. Right, but we block. Oop, I bursted by mistake. I overhead so fast now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I low profile this 5p. That caught my jump, right?
Yeah.
Now blocking that's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Caught my jump. You can also jump out of that, right?
Yeah.
Right, all of a sudden, like, by forcing yourself to just repetitiously look for these things and train yourself to react to them, you can improve that defense.
Yeah.
So, short example idea again of like, what am I getting hit by? Can I recreate this setup? Blah, 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 blah. Some characters is like impossible to do this with. You can throw hop a normal Fujin hit as well, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, so if you get hit by Fujin, then he tops in, you can throw it. If that's what you're saying, Billy. So, either way, okay. But ideas, right? Now, so, other thing to note here. Right? We're gonna make Mr. Anji jump. And we're going to do... I need him to chill now. Recording... Play after disable. There you go. Now, You might not, it might not be readily apparent, but let's do this next. Recording. Counterattack after this. After you make him block this tether, you're a plus.
Yeah.
Now there is a gap to it, of course. But we can take advantage of this. Because once you condition the opponent to start blocking for Kabari, right? How do you cross up with this actually?
Hold it.
Oh, you hold circle?
Just hold it. Yeah, so like as in like you're on your follow up, yeah.
So tap and then okay, cool.
Yeah, you'd hold the follow through.
Right, and if you can get the fast RC down here. Now. Oh, I did it. Oh, Lamau. Right, so you can create a spooky situation by doing the cross up there. And just being clean with the input. Because I think you did it, you were doing it a lot, but you didn't have the meter for it, so it kept putting you in a bad spot. Whereas like, okay, I have meter, now I go for this option, right? But other than that, like, you played around this very well. Because, you know, like, they're looking for the follow-up, and you're taking your turn back because they're respecting it. You know, and if you get a counter hit there, then yeah, like, so you played that part of the kit very well, I think. You're doing all that correctly. Definitely some more Diamond Geist uses, I think. And then, yeah, I don't know. It seemed like you got a lot of hits at weird ranges where there really weren't confirms available, now that I've, like, touched this character a hair. But we can take a look at those by watching better Viking players. But those are, like, some tools and some ways that you can start looking at labbing and teaching yourself things about the game. And if you ever need guidance or advice, or you're confused about something and you want some help with it, sending in replay reviews to me or any other coach, or asking people around is also a super good way to start going through those things and start helping like find answers out, right? Yeah. Especially if you just can't come up with anything. So we can start developing more like the play, because once you get into this territory, right, this is where playing with tether becomes really crazy. And you start taking your plus frames and you start stealing your turn again, right? Because they're looking for Kabari, and all of a sudden you get them in this situation, and some people won't know that you're plus there, and then you can take the turn again, and then find the buttons and the follow-ups that you should be doing. Looks like this only goes into... Actually, does this go into... Indeed it does, so you can probably get that.
Yeah, I mean, I think more or less, if I remember it, because I watch a lot of Memo Carp, like, usually what you put on tether is to, like, A, like, scare the shit out of your opponent, and then B is to look for, because she gets, like, crazy, like, amounts of damage if she can get you on a, like, a 2H or a mat knock-up. She puts you back into a hard knock situation.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna close that stream. Actually, no, I should have kept that one open, because I remembered I tried to look this up on YouTube, and that wasn't going to stream the game again. What I'm going to do, yes, grant access, get the sound back on. So now let's take a brief gander.
Alright, give me while you're grabbing that, I'm going to go 3 empty my balls real fast. You're back.
All good. All good, my friends. So now let's look up.
You miss that?
Nope.
All floor limit, celestial, character. 1 Viking. 2 Anji.
Duel 1. Let's rock. Counter. Duel
Yeah, it was
1.
like 30 minutes.
Let's rock.
Oh my god.
Alright,
Yeah, hello, I'm back.
welcome back.
Yeah, and I apologize for
No, you're fine.
forgot that I used to say that around my friends, like emptying my balls because of the meme, pee stored in the balls, and I was just like, whoops.
Whoops,
That was
that-
not-
everyone's got their own phrases. I ain't here to do it. So, this is a replay of high-level Baiken, high-level Anji,
Yeah.
Celestial Floor. So let's take a look.
Let's rock. Counter.
Alright, round start. Far
Yeah,
slash.
9 frame.
Yeah, you know.
Yep, I know the button does it.
And on counter hit, we get that follow-up, Kabari, follow-up. And that's the setup that you were doing. I know that when you got that combo route, like, you would jump in and you would do the Tatami Gaish.
Well, I mean, in that situation, like, I understand why, like, which is good for locking them down, and outside of it, you can go into, like, a few different options.
Yeah, it's just scary. Like, you're plus, you cover their options, you're safe to reversals, blah, blah, blah. But, like, you're doing things that high-level players do, which is great. Like, there's some things that you have down that, like, even, these random Celestial players that grab to do it.
I just got disconnected for some reason.
Oh, and Discord.
Yeah,
Oh,
here,
no,
I'll just...
I closed the stream.
Alright.
I did close the stream, so you have to, like, reopen it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, it just says, like, right here, it says you've been disconnected. Sit tight. Be back. We're patching you in. That's the thing. Should I just, I mean, I can just go to your Twitch if you're streaming it.
Oh, no, here, I'm gonna stop streaming again on Discord. How about now?
Okay.
You have it again?
Yeah, I see that. Yeah,
Cool.
I mean,
Alright.
we're
Very easy. Very easy, because there will be a delay on my Twitch.
Okay.
Anyway, so, let's back into it, right? Alright, they got hit. Burst there. Ooh, okay. What happened there?
Were you talking about him going in for, like, the jump in, and then the person uses a, like, this, like, spinning move to get out of it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously, like, he tried going in on his wake-up where he still had, like, invul, and then, like, he just, like, the meaty was poorly timed. So, this guy used this option to get out of it. I don't really know much about that option, but it was just a poorly timed, meaty.
No,
So, let's go.
that's... Here we go. Play the situation again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so he's trying to go instant air dash into JS.
Right? Because this isn't about timing the meaty poorly or anything like that.
Yeah, I thought it was off knockdown. Yeah, I just missed that part.
No worries.
Yeah.
Boom.
So I have no idea, because I have no idea what that move does, but it looks like he has some kind of
This is his
upper body
anti-air.
inversion.
This
Oh, it
is
is?
his anti-air.
Okay.
So he's able to fly himself up like this, anti-air. Because when we saw, like, the JS was literally going through him. So this is one of his anti-air moves. Right? So he sent out the butterfly in neutral, but because they reduced the recovery on it, he recovers a lot faster. So even though this Baiken reacted to it in neutral and tried to get a jump punish, she got anti-air for it. And now she eats a little bit of damage, and now it's Anji's turn with pressure.
Yeah.
So, okay, we kind of have to be careful about butterfly. Like, if we jump over it, probably anti-air us.
Hmm.
So, good to know. So what happened here?
He went for projectile reset, and then the Becker didn't respect it.
Yep.
And that was getting punished too.
Gets the Ko. Oh, unfortunate drop.
That's a good reaction. Yeah.
Yeah, very good reaction, right? Like, realizing it was there and going, oh, I have meter, getting out of that situation. Air to airs. Unfortunate bunch of instances. Ooh, okay, that was cheeky.
Nice.
Nice parry. Just the balls to go for it. How did Baiken die?
Yeah, just by getting chipped out. I mean, they were using FD, so.
Yeah. But very good. You're aware of all these things. Looking for that backdashing. We saw that Baiken try to go for that tether, right?
Yep.
Get those plus frames, and then Anji backdashed it.
That was a good check on the jump. You seen that?
Alright, we see the conversion here. Short one. Caught again.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's
mad
what you
bait.
with. Yeah. No, that wasn't smart without meter. Yeah.
Plus frames.
Yeah.
2S.
So not respecting it, yeah.
So we see that this Anji has gone for plus frames, what, 3 times?
Yeah.
Like back to back to back?
Yep, so in that situation, you should probably try to jump. Like, even if, like, I mean, well, yeah, because they're giving you, what they're, like... I mean, those are the things I look for in matches. I'll tend to see what tendencies are displayed, and, I mean, obviously, the rule of thumb, right, with any good player is you try something twice, and then, like, depending on, like, I mean, this is just a layer 1 for every time you're going in an option, repeating it is... If I remember right, it's you go for the option twice, mix up on the third one, because by the third time they're probably gonna do it. You know, like whatever. But I mean, it just depends on the matchup. If you tell somebody it's just like, you know,
I think,
churning butter. Then...
Yeah, I think as a general rule of thumb, yeah, you probably shouldn't do something 3 times in a row. Doing it twice for a no mix is probably valid. But it all depends on the person, right? Like someone might get a thing once and then go, okay, if you do it again, I'm gonna call you out immediately next time. You just never know. Right.
Nope, that's what I'm saying. That's just like if I remember, that's like the based rule. Then you kind of get reads off of how the interactions are. Oh, nice.
What a spicy backdash! Nice jump. And here, that jump up.
Yeah.
Dodged the overhead, but was also calling out the pressure reset.
Well.
Another good counter.
Yeah.
What a 2P check. Pretty safe to mash there. Magari. Ooh, able to trigger the counter from that far?
Nice.
What was that?
Nice
Looking for burst?
Yeah.
Now he forces it. Oh, man. They did so much right.
Yeah.
Rule of thumb,
I mean, that makes sense. They did the jump into a medial JS to try to call that out. That means 2 options. So.
Rule of thumb there was just take the burst.
Well, yep. Just
like he tried to burst bait. Either he dropped or he was trying to burst bait. I don't know.
Yeah, he was trying to burst bait for sure. Because off of the 5K, you can go into a jump cancel. Same thing with close slash.
Right, here we go, pressure. Trying to check him with the 2K. 2K, respecting it. Jump. That jump back JS. Okay. Buying an option.
That's really cool.
Nice 2P check.
Yeah, it's all spacing dependent. I know that for sure. Using that.
Ooh, that was so awkward.
Yeah, this person's being really smart. Not committing on Kabari. Nice. Yeah.
Yo Johnson, right? 2K. Not unfortunately getting a follow-up. The fast overheads now. Oh, the layers there. That was gross. But when in doubt, parry out.
Yeah.
Massive hit. Huge, the good stuff. Alright, he RPS correctly. Got caught moving or something. Nice jump out.
So if I was Anji, he should. I mean, you've seen the jump out multiple times. It means you should probably just go right into a button instead of staggering pressure, right?
You see the punish that Baiken had?
I mean, no, I could. Well, explain it to me, because I don't know if I was.
Let's see if I can find it. Duel 2. Fast forward.
Well.
Alright, so we got the Fujin here. Okay, get caught low, get hit again.
Backdash out. Yep.
Alright.
Pushed into it. Nice. Yep, 2K.
So, something to know. Oh, if I see them end with that Fujin low,
You could 2K.
Yeah.
From there, it's okay. Can I get a follow-up on that and get something real off of that?
Mhm.
Catch a backdash, blue RC.
Yes.
Oh, greedy. Overhead though. Plus frames, plus frames, plus frames. All this baiting out.
It's a hero bait intelligence.
Super and parry bait.
Nice.
Oh, they
Yep.
tried. Not gonna lie, I thought that startup of that blue RC was burst. Oh, fuck.
That was
Oh,
nice.
that's unfortunate. Nice. Equalizing it. Gold burst on wake up. Gross. Thought about the overhead because it's fast.
Let's try this is death. Should be able to see it. I don't know.
Oh, is what we would say. I don't like that.
Yeah, if I will still.
Oh, too far? That was so cursed. Wake up throw. Just betting. Oh, you hate to see that.
I get a lot of damage comes off this. Going into the.
Oh, I try to go
That's
for it.
unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah, all very sound things. You understand a lot of this, which is awesome to see. It's a
Yeah.
matter of now, like, getting yourself to play with these objectives and these goals in mind in terms of, like, the follow-up and whatnot.
Hmm.
Because, like, when in your replays, like, you're pressing a lot of buttons like, oh, please work, please work. Like, let me tell you this. The game will listen to you. The game will respond to you. Be simple, be clean with your inputs.
Hmm.
The options that you want will come on out. Like, you gotta be fairly, like, you know, pre-committal with it, in a way. Like, believe in your reads, effectively. Because if I sort of look at a replay of yours again real quick,
Okay.
we'll talk about this. And then we'll be coming up at the end of the session. Or the time that I booked for this lesson at price anyway. Let's pull up. Do I have Jeb Bush? That's fun. What a funny name. That one was a one, but like, we'll pull up this one. Just another random one. I'm gonna have your inputs on. I'll be trying to watch those. I
Probably
wish they
not.
showed me just the ones on the side or like the stick, not both.
Yeah.
Because I prefer just to have like the stick there. Right?
If you're gonna ask if I remember right in this.
Oh yeah, Zato mix. We're chilling. He doesn't have Eddie anymore though, but he's got you in the corner. Pressure, 5D. Can't convert for anything. Super scruffy super on his part. Going for the buttons. Ah, but then we didn't respect the pose. First there. Super greedy. Low slash. Oh, you had the opportunity. So,
Mm,
when you Red Roman cancel and you have the shockwave go through, if you see that they don't get hit by it, it means they bursted.
Okay.
So when you see that situation, you go, oh, you bursted, just block.
I get you. Okay. I have a really bad tendency of like calling out bursts and blocking, then releasing block before the burst goes through.
Right?
So,
Something to practice.
yeah.
Something to just make a goal of, right? Yeah, Zato doing Zato things. Drops his damn thing. Got the chill here. He's got a chain into this one, but he's spaced out. Lost on what to do. Which is fine. Zato's a scary character. I like the jump. Oh, then we poked and we hit Eddie, but then this.
Yeah, I think actually I did learn something from this, if I remember right. I think when he sends out Eddie with like the moves where he does like a what is it? He'll set out Zadi or
Eddie.
almost just called Zadi. Where he does the like little stabby your toes moves into frog. I think it's like it's either if you call it out or right after that ends. If you throw a 2K as Baiken, you can kill Eddie, and I know it's the objective for the Zato matchup is to kill Eddie.
Right.
It's-
Fire pressure was good. We're pushing 6K like a lot here, right?
Hmm.
You can see that here that you did it 4 times. Just gotta do it once. Just do it once. Because once you start training yourself to just believe in that input, you can start moving on and buffering other input.
Alright, sounds good.
So that's one thing I noticed. This is all good. Made a choice. Not bad. Block on wake up. Overheads are hard. There was... okay, you try to wake up super. And then you got hit because it gave you wake up Kabari instead, which is unfortunate. So, and I'll say this, if you're gonna wake up super as Baiken, just wake up parry.
Yeah.
Because if it succeeds, you keep your meter. If it fails, you can RC it and be safe.
Yeah. I need to be better about, like, not... This is just, like, the first character I've played that has the ability to, like, wake up reversal, so, like...
Right.
I think I'm just, like, way too crazy with it. Yeah, I don't know why I burst there, to be honest. Seeing that, like, he has, like, burst himself and, like, 100 meters, so not good.
Here we go.
But, yeah.
That was
just-
perfect.
Yeah.
That right there shows that you're able to look at the game state and see what resources he has and call them out.
Hmm.
That's all very good. Good 2S. Here we go. The right setup, right? Now, going into 2D immediately, there might not be the way to go, just because, like, you could threaten a lot there, right? Like, you're threatening, like, overhead, delay low, right? So, like, spacing them out a little bit. We can watch, like, MDB Poets, like, replays at some point for a local player that plays Baiken, who's very good with Baiken. Again, right? Like, right? So, now you lost your meter. If you parried, you would have just gotten hit, kept the meter.
Yeah.
Because we didn't see the other Baiken that we looked at, like, try to reverse a super at all. Nice 2S, though. Great conversion. Your conversions are there.
So that was a...
Yeah,
I'm
misinput.
pretty sure that was a fuck up of...
Yeah. You're trying to RC Red Roman cancel it.
No. She, like, has... If I remember it, I'm bad at it, and I think that might have just been me fucking it up. But you can do a blue RC delayed, like... So, like, you hit, and then you go, like, forward, blue RC into 50-50.
Okay.
And it was either I was doing that, or I was trying to do the whatever, but it was either one of those two, because that's the two pressure structures that I tried to do.
I like the backdash. He catches it with overhead. That
Yeah,
just
it
happens.
was dead. No, it's not. No, it's not dead.
Mashing again, right? Like, just be careful with it. Blocking is okay. Blocking is a hard thing to do, but it's okay to do. I like that retreat to Tommy. Here we ran up, you did a stagger thing, then you got hit. It's like, oh, you weren't supposed to get hit. All good pressure reset tools. All these very deliberate button presses. Trying to find the answer to Fujin.
So take shit ton damage.
That's fine. Still got burst, got 100 bar on deck, game's not over.
Yeah.
And again, wake up super, now you spend 100 bar for one reversal to be safe instead of 50. Agree with that burst. I like the 5Ks. Good throw.
Yeah, this is where, like, I kind of figured he would do something. He would
Should've just done it again. At least the jump up part. All the throws.
So I don't know why I went into that. I probably could have OTG'd, but I mean, I guess that's just a way to secure the kill.
So you got a lot of ideas that are correct on like what you're supposed to do with the character, right? Like getting the knockdown, IEDing in with the Tatami Guys for the plus frames, then doing the setup and stuff like that. It's once you get in there and like just presenting mix-up options to just keep the opponent always on their toes, right? Like Yo Johnsoning when you don't have bar just to make him think about the overhead, right? Just so then like you could kill him in a clutch situation with it. Even if you're wrong. Using more deliberate button presses, right? You're pressing the same button a lot, like please come out. No, just do it once. Do it once. Yeah. If there's one thing I really want you to do after the session, it's to like make a note. Do you have 2 monitors, 1 monitor?
Yeah, 2. Yeah.
2? On one of your monitors, the one that you don't play on, if you have a sticky notes app, I want you to write out a few sticky notes. And then as you go into a game, read those sticky notes to remind yourself what you're going to focus on, right? Because as you're trying to improve and as you're trying to change things about the way you play, you're going to have to force yourself to think and behave differently, and it's going to feel awkward. It's going to feel weird, right? But if you stick with it, it will eventually become natural, right? So the first little sticky note thing for you to put out is press a button once, right? If you want to throw out a 6K, just press it once.
Okay.
Press it once, think about what your follow-up is to that button, and prepare that button press, right? So buffer those inputs. Because if you whiff, nothing happens. If you get hit or blocked, then your follow-up comes out. So, clean inputs, buffer follow-ups, right? Even those two small goals just might be enough for you to just like focus on for the next few play sessions, right?
Yeah.
The other sticky note I would probably make is if you get hit and you don't know why, go to the lab. Stop. Don't queue for another match. Go to the lab or look at the replay if you can't remember exactly. See what happened. Recreate the situation. Find out what you can do instead. Build up your game knowledge slowly and interactively like that.
Okay.
If you do those two things, you're going to start to build up your game knowledge in the case of the second one. So then you're able to make more informed decisions and not give away so many hits to your opponent because you're just don't know what to do when you're getting hit for it. And then the other one will be you're going to have a lot more purpose with your button presses and your movement to get those hits.
Okay.
There'll be another exercise I can think of, but I think even just these two things alone for now are more than enough for you to start focusing on and start I would also say play in short bursts instead. So like, you know, play shorter sets, not longer ones, right? Because in longer sets, like, you might just focus on the game and you might just start falling into habits. When you need to do the shorter sets to train yourself up to do these new things, to do the clean inputs, and then to also just go and do that quick labbing thing, right?
Okay.
So, not saying you can't sit down and play for 4 hours, just saying that, like, take that time in between each of them to lab something, practice a conversion, practice something you dropped. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe something like that. Or
that's definitely what I do for sure. But I mean, I do appreciate the insight for that's something that I need to get better about, and that's something that like I've tried to do with certain things. It's just not understanding, I guess, like I have watched and like watched replays, but it does make a lot of sense. Maybe I'll just do what you said and just go back if I got like if I lost some interaction and made like all the right choices, but then on one of the things I just kept getting hit by it. Like I'll just look for that in game like replays. Like what am I getting hit by a lot? Like why am I getting hit by it? What options am I using?
Yeah.
Like I know like the big thing for me is that I'm just like I'm in that part of my like journey where I have to understand that wake up reversal is not something that I need to use all the time, but it is a good thing to make them respect that you have it in your arsenal. I just don't use it like that. I use it like oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, and then like, you know, like I'm like slapping, you know, reversal and not like doing it with intent. Like
that will be that'll be the third thing I actually. So one more sticky note for you, a little goal for you, right? Because in order for you to know how to use a tool well, you have to feel what it's like to not rely on it. So the challenge for you, right, is for the next week. I'm gonna say 1 week. I don't know how often you get to play, but I think a week is usually like a good amount of time. For the next whole week, do not wake up super. You are forbidden from wake up supering. Wake up parry is fine. You should probably start using that, if not overusing it, right? But wake up supering with this character should not be your call out. Should not be your move. Because they can meaty safe jump it. They can hit you if you do anything else and still block the super, right? But, you know, if they meaty your parry, then you just parry them. Huge difference between the two. But it's a crux for you that's still there, and it's something that you need to get rid of. So in order for you to get yourself to a point where you can use it sparingly, you have to not use it at all and teach yourself to not use it. So have that note in there. And before every single game that you boot up, I want you to read that note and remind yourself, okay, I'm not going to wake up super. I'm just going to block. I'm going to throw. I'm going to backdash. I'm going to do any number of options. Like anything else. But wake up super is not what I'm going to do. When I get into an oh shit situation, my advice, just block. Just chill, right? Because
Okay.
at this level of play, people realize, oh, they're gonna flinch. Oh, it's Baiken, they're gonna counter. Oh, it's Soul, they're gonna DP. But if you block and chill, you're gonna not give them those hits.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'll definitely, and I appreciate that, and I'll definitely, definitely keep. I mean, I tried doing that with Faust for sure when I was playing him. I had like a goal of things, and I didn't look at it, but then there were definitely things that I was keeping in mind. It was like trying to press buttons in neutral with like an intent, and not just hitting close slash. Like I'm trying to like, bait out things or just stuff like that. Like I mean, like, it's definitely like, but I'll definitely like I'll try to definitely if I see how much of Guilty Gear I do play, but like, I will definitely when I do boot it up, I'll definitely keep these things in mind.
Yeah,
sure.
that's why we put the sticky notes there, just so that those are there no matter what, so that you have a means to review yourself there. You mentioned some buttons, stuff like that. I think if we do like another session, we could talk more about what buttons should I be pressing, when should I be doing them, like this idea of like pressing buttons with intent and identifying the purpose of each button. And then if other issues come up too, we could look at more stuff like that. So if you want to kind of see what your playtime is like in a week, or if you want to like book again at some point, that's cool. If you want to set something up now, that's also cool. It's really like sort of whatever pace works for you is the pace that's going to be best for you. It's
Yeah, for sure.
that.
I mean, I have another session. Like I think about I done like whatever the deal was for you, so I have another one. I'll definitely I'll just look at my schedule and see what I have going on. Definitely,
absolutely, yeah. And the thing I would say too is if you don't play and if you don't have time to play, don't worry about the next session yet. I want you to play with these goals in mind first and get about like whatever is normal within a week for you played with these goals in mind and these things, and then worry about adding more on, and then worry about doing more.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, thank you for the input and everything, and I'll definitely like do that and hit you up for another coaching session.
Right. Yeah. And if you ever have questions, feel free to shoot them my way. If you got something for me to lab that takes 5 minutes and you're not sure how to set it up, I'm more than happy to do that. So I'm always open for questions like that. Me and the other community in Colorado, we're more than helpful with stuff like that. So.
Yeah, for sure. No, I definitely appreciate it. And I mean, there's definitely been people that have reached out to and asked about stuff. But yep, I mean, thanks again for those things to work on, and I'll definitely go and make sure and have a purpose behind when I'm getting some games in.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing. It's playing with a purpose and playing with a short little goal. But when you start doing things like that, that's when you start improving.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you go. You have fun playing
sure.
and stuff like that. I hope you have a good weekend and a happy 4th of July.
Yeah, you too, CD. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Hey, absolutely. Just keep me posted.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, that was the coaching session. Shoutouts to Jake for booking that one. Good times, I think. Very, very good times. I hope I showed him sort of enough of like how to go about his own bit of labbing, how to find his own answers to some things, as well as just giving him some goals in mind, right? Looking at those like replays. So hopefully we gave him a few new things to start working on. Hopefully we'll see some improvement there. Anyways, I'm going to take a bit of a break, get some water, something to drink, and just continue vegetating because it's a lazy weekend for me. I'm in love with that. If you are checking this out on the YouTube channel, which I'm going to be exporting this to, and you would like to book a coaching session with me, there will be a link in the description to check out my profile. Check me out on Twitch